Welcome to my channel, HF Coins World. Imagine opening an old wooden box in your grandparents' attic and finding a worn Chinese coin that has quietly survived more than a century. At first glance, it may look like nothing more than an old piece of metal. But what if that tiny coin witnessed the fall of an empire, the birth of a republic, and a world that changed forever? Some collectors spend years searching for coins from 1914 because every scratch, every detail, and every tiny variation can tell a story that history books often leave behind. And before this story ends, I'll show you why two coins that appear almost identical can have dramatically different collector appeal. The year 1914 was unlike almost any other. While much of the world was entering one of history's most turbulent periods, China was still adjusting to life after the end of the Qing dynasty. The Republic of China was young, political uncertainty was everywhere, and the nation's coinage reflected those changing times. Coins weren't just used to buy food or pay workers. They represented a country trying to define its identity. Every design, every inscription, and every minting decision became part of that larger story. If you've ever wondered why collectors become so passionate about these coins, it isn't simply because they're old. Age alone doesn't create value. What truly fascinates collectors is rarity, condition, historical importance, and the unique journey each coin has taken. A coin that circulated heavily may have incredible historical character but less market value than another example, preserved in remarkable condition. That's one of the biggest lessons new collectors eventually discover. Now here's something many people don't realize. During this period, coins could be produced with small differences depending on the mint, production methods, or die preparation. Tiny details in lettering, spacing, symbols, or even the sharpness of the design can become important talking points among experienced collectors. These aren't mistakes that automatically make a coin valuable. Instead, they're characteristics that experts carefully study before determining whether a particular example deserves extra attention. Imagine visiting a local flea market on a quiet Saturday morning. Among old books, watches, and family heirlooms sits a small tray of foreign coins. Most shoppers walk past without a second glance, but one collector notices a century-old Chinese coin hidden beneath several common pieces. That moment of discovery is what keeps many collectors coming back weekend after weekend. Sometimes the excitement isn't about finding an expensive coin. It comes from uncovering a forgotten piece of history that connects directly to another era. One of the most interesting aspects of early Chinese coins is how they reflect a nation in transition. Political changes often influence coin designs, metal compositions, and production practices. Because of this, collectors don't simply see metal discs. They see snapshots of history frozen in time. Every coin becomes a miniature historical document that survived wars, economic changes, international trade, and countless owners. Let's talk about value, because this is where expectations need to stay realistic. Online headlines sometimes suggest every old coin is worth thousands of dollars. But that's simply not how the collector market works. Most examples trade within ranges determined by condition, authenticity, rarity, and current demand. A well-preserved certified coin can attract much stronger interest than a heavily worn example, while common pieces may remain affordable for beginning collectors. The market changes over time, so no value is guaranteed. Here's a fascinating fact that surprises many American collectors. Interest in historic Chinese coins has grown internationally over the past several decades. Collectors in the United States often appreciate them not only for their beauty, but also because they represent an important chapter of world history. Auctions, educational exhibits, and collector communities continue to introduce new enthusiasts to these remarkable coins, creating steady interest across different generations. If you ever come across a coin believed to date from 1914, resist the urge to clean it. Even gentle polishing can remove original surfaces that collectors often prefer to preserve. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges. Store it in a protective holder, and compare its details with trusted reference materials. If it appears unusual or especially well preserved, professional authentication can help confirm exactly what you have. As our journey comes to an end, remember that the real treasure isn't always measured by a price guide. Sometimes it's the incredible path a small coin traveled through more than 100 years of history before ending up in someone's hand today. Whether it's highly valuable or simply historically interesting, every genuine coin from this era has a story worth preserving. If you enjoy discovering the hidden stories behind historic coins from around the world, make sure to subscribe to HF Coins World. Leave a comment telling us what the oldest coin in your collection is, and don't forget to check your own collection carefully. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin might open the door to an extraordinary piece of history.